Hey everyone, welcome back. I think we might be live. It's our second attempt at a stream on YouTube. So normally we're doing like Twitch, but you know, YouTube we have a bigger audience. It's growing, and I actually like it a lot better. You can do a lot more with it. So yeah, we're just hanging out. Same like yesterday. We're just gonna look over to today. U.S. actually lost and got eliminated. So I didn't actually get to watch it live, so I'm going to check that out. And then we'll check kind of upcoming, CG movie and game titles. Got a few things on the list. So let's see what we got. So I'm not putting any background audio. So we can get this, because we're going to be bounced between clips. All right. I think we are. Let's see. OBS says we're solid. Let me check it out real quick, guys. Dashboards are a little weird on here. All right, it says we're live. There it is. All right. There it is. I was looking for that real-time screen. All right, welcome to the stream, guys. This is our second day. So, yeah, we're just going to kind of check out. I actually want to get an update on some of the World Cup stuff because I missed out on watching the U.S. game. So I'm going to probably check out highlights. Let me know if the audio is kind of choppy or anything like that. Just because I can't really tell. I got kind of two dashboards. I'm checking out the playback of the stream to make sure everything's looking pretty good. So, let's see. Let's check out how the U.S. did, which I kind of have some. I kept it general because I don't know what the brackets were for today, but yeah, here we go. This dude did a reaction, 13 minutes. I'm going to check it out, but I might want to look up highlights. Because, yeah, we just, it was like 3-1.
Apple Card puts the power of titanium in the palm of your hand.
Which was, it's kind of, oh man, it's a little disappointing to be honest.
Colin Cowherd podcast. Go on, hit the subscribe button. You see it, so you don't miss.
All right. Well, there you go. You can look at this guy's subs. Let's get to it. Is he just talking about it? No, I want the highlights.
It was a nice run, but I mean, I think ultimately, if you look at the teams in the World Cup,
let's look at highlights.
Kind of a class of 8, and
I'm not going to review a reviewer. Yeah, that's crazy, man. 1-4. Extended highlights. Yeah, we'll check it out. I want to see the score, but
Belgium. No changes for Mauricio Pochettino, and that means Globalian is back in the lineup.
yeah, we got our guy back in. That was pretty good. A lot of people were complaining about it, but it was like it was still up for debate, right? They were still looking into it.
Belgium doesn't get much bigger and better than this for these players that have been waiting for this moment. Matt Freese in goal, only 1 goal against.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's look at the goals. Oh, they're gonna this extended highlights.
When you get an applause from Lloris, you know it's been a great save. And just not clear to the top of the box from the U.S. The second
boom.
Early in this game as you get a look back at Castagna's shot.
But he gets around Adam to the second opportunity. Wide to Castagna. Cross on the deck. It's mishit. That was a wonderful look for Yuri Tielemans, who scored twice in the last game.
So this is 15 minutes. They're already, oh, there we go, right there. 3 minutes in, and it's like, so 8 minutes in the game. Oh, man. Yeah, that's not good. Anyone actually watch the game? I know pretty much all the Western countries got knocked out, so. Dude, they better not score back to back. I didn't watch it, so I didn't get a chance to see it. Dude. That's so. Let's see what the next one is.
Switch there now because it opens this up.
Melissa Balogun pushed off it, free kick US and a great shooting.
It's the right height and it comes off the substitute Vanakin. And that's
I'm looking for the
When you bundle two things together, you always get something better. It's a good shot.
looking for the good highlights, you know.
Like soccer and golf.
It was a good run. It's pretty amazing that we had the World Cup here, though. I mean, we're huge, right? So it's all over in just a bunch of different states.
My new evil phone company will have the most confusing pricing and plans of all time.
Who would join that? With Verizon, you can get the new Simplicity plan for only $30 a line.
Zip it!
Introducing Simplicity, just $30 a line.
I'm going to skip through a little bit so I don't get a copyright strike on any of this.
that comes down to communication.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Tim Ream gets beat at the back post.
I mean, that's good play.
Hooks it in for
Can't complain.
Belgian defender, first quarter of the game for the US.
Let's see if this gets changed.
The referee said it's not. The referee says it was a clean tackle there.
Say, if you're struggling, go down.
After his third goal to concede to Belgium.
Oh, here we go.
Contact from De Ketelaar in the back, who was going to try to make
Are we
a
going to replay it?
Christian
Or I
Pulisic
just missed it?
today is done to be replaced by some.
Ream's trying to backtrack, do what he can to block the goal. Just an absolute disaster.
Actually, yeah, we're at
for the
3 right
United
now.
States.
I think that's where it came. That's where they ended up, right? Yeah.
I don't know why he
Did they score again?
hesitated to be-
Yeah, they got one more.
Tonight, and so many fans out there, and it's players like me that this is a familiar feeling. Come up against the big boys from Europe in the round of 16, and it ends the way it did 4 years ago.
Well, you know, see some other highlights.
The US well stocked to clear, then Tielemans has a go, and then Castagna! Freeman it is who clears. And the USA didn't really
Boom.
take
Yes.
charge, and Belgium did!
Like uncontested completely. That's crazy.
It will be Tillman to hit it. Oh! That was a strike that just moved all over the place.
That's insane.
Trossard.
These are some
Oh, that
wild
could be a
plays,
tempting
man.
ball in. It's De Ketelaar. Belgium have their lead.
All right, let's see what we got. I'm gonna check some upcoming game trailers. I think they're actually making some beautiful ray traced action first person games, not the microtransaction slop that we've been seeing a lot of. So finally, they've kind of gotten back to good stories and interesting games. Let's check that out. So I'm excited for that. Games are apparently getting really beautiful. What is this one? Oh, dude, there's a lot here.
Scarlet Sin. That's the beginning and end of it all. How about
This is
try taking a hit?
You're acting a little strange today.
Is this real time or cinematic? Stellar
It's our
Blade.
first mission in a while. Are you a
Let me see,
little
is that game out?
excited?
Stop saying weird things.
Okay, take it easy.
Quiet. They're moving.
Initiating C3 sync. Ready, Angel.
Roger, Kenna. Tracking.
Loves system RAM.
How's it looking out there?
I can't stand crowds. It'd be better for both of us if we got out of here quickly.
In the movies, this is always where things go wrong.
Hey,
Well, just saying. It's a cliche. Wait, the target stopped.
See what it's Unreal Engine 5. Dude, that looks like an amazing. Of course, Unreal. I haven't played the first one, so No release date yet. I don't know the story behind it, but I heard a lot of good things about it. Early development. Out there. I can't tell if it's an RPG or it's like a real-time RPG. I'm actually going to try to get into Unreal Engine a little bit, but it's going to take some time to really get familiar with it because the tools have changed, especially on this newer version. Looks like a fun game, but that might actually be a cinematic. So did these guys actually compile videos for upcoming games or what? Okay, I'm not going to look at what this is yet. They're all going to be Unreal.
We need to move. They'll be coming for you.
Coming for us. You're not one of them anymore.
I might keep an eye on this channel. It's pretty cool. They do compilations of just upcoming good games.
Temporary. Just like you and me.
You guys don't understand the real threat. Not like we do.
Alright. Well, I'm not going to go through all of them. It's a lot. But, yeah, the new Unreal Engine's looking amazing. What I'm a little worried about is everything looking the same. Oh, a Kingdom Hearts 4. That would be amazing, actually. Let's see. Dude, that's a big lineup, man. Are these all on the list? Might hit Square directly. I actually still have Kingdom Hearts 3 on my queue. I haven't actually played it yet. I think it was over 10 plus years between, maybe 15, between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3. It was a long, long time between the two. Might have been 15 years. I'm really not sure why, but because it did really well. But it could have been Square Enix was working on other stuff, so it just might not have been on the list. That looks way more serious than I remember it to. It's definitely a Square game. Alright, let's see what else they got. Wait a minute. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These games are all looking like movies now. I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but I don't want them to all look the same. Oh wow. Let's see what we got. The last one. Okay, so that must be really new. They didn't show any gameplay. Oh man. GTA 6 announced in November now. Coming out in November. I think it's set in the 80s. That's a lot of titles, man. Okay. All right, we'll go through this a little bit more. There's too much going on. This already, I think, came out. So some of these
I'm a friend.
were previewed. When does this video come out?
Celestials are the enemy of humanity.
7 days ago. Yeah, they're kind of compiling some stuff that was already announced.
A relentless threat to our very
But
survival.
man, that's crazy. That is a lot of titles lined up.
I can't do this anymore. Salvaging scraps just to get by.
All right, guys, if you want to watch the rest, you can check out this guy's channel. But that is a lot of good single-player games. I'm actually shocked to see that. It's like, I don't know if I can get through that backlog, man. That's crazy. I don't know who could. Let's see what we got. Power World, I actually haven't seen that in a while. Oh, it's not gonna be a preview. I don't know how that game's holding up. Pokemon with guns, right? All right. $25 new RPGs. You won't be okay. Well, I mean, let's check out. I know PlayStation's getting a lot of heat for the fact that they're eliminating all physical games. That's going to be like a big deal. But I don't know. I mean, I think they said most of their sales are coming from digitals now anyway. And honestly, I don't know a lot of people that buy physicals anymore.
More than double what the third game ran on. And to me, that says as much about how bloated big game budgets
I get physicals on anything that I care about, so I can actually own it. But I actually, since the PlayStation Plus subscription is cheap, like it's like maybe like $150 a year, and you can play a bunch of big titles. In addition, it unlocks the PS Portal and everything like that. So you know, Witcher 4, that's gonna be cool.
More important, the studio is
a new Elder Scrolls, that's about 10 plus years in the making. Maybe 15, I think.
Every point on the map.
Every Elder Scrolls was a different part of Tamriel. So if you played Oblivion not Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel, you can see the whole world, and it's a bunch of the different maps from all the different Elder Scrolls. So I don't know what this one's going to be or which ones they have left. I know there's Oblivion, I know there's Skyrim. There's the two most recent ones. I don't know what the first three look like. Fable. That's an original game. That where you like what you decided affected the direction. He labeled this Fable, and I'm seeing Pokemon. I think he messed up.
Big Game Freak breach a couple of years back. Now it's officially the 10th generation, timed to the series' 30th anniversary. The region is clearly lifted.
They actually fixed the game up. I know a lot of the Switch games were not so great, but they released some new ones that are actually pretty good.
Swimming as a real piece of exploration. An older Professor Oak returns, the starter trio's been shown, and 2 special Pikachu tag-along. But I've got a long-standing gripe with Pokemon, and I'm not hiding it. The technical state. Scarlet and Violet literally wheezed on aging hardware. And for me, the whole question
it's like I'm pretty sure he's going to complain about like the quality. Make it bigger.
Whether Game Freak can finally deliver a stable image on the new console's muscle.
No,
I won't believe it until I see it.
I'm not going to full screen. I'm not on dual display right now. Oh, Persona 6.
84 seconds.
Okay, that's pretty exciting.
The entire Persona 6 we have so far. with no characters, no gameplay, just a
Okay,
rain-soaked graveyard.
that means it's really
a
early
headstone,
on.
and a
If they don't ever
top-secret
show you
logo.
anything, it's super
And
early.
it fired me up more than it let me down. This is the first numbered entry in a decade, and the leaked Sega scrambled to scrub off the internet only confirmed the thing is real. There are two things to latch onto for now. Green is plainly going to be this game's signature
it wasn't supposed to be
color,
announced.
the way blue, yellow, and red defined the last three. And for the first time in ages, the series isn't run by Hoshino, who left back in 2016.
I mean, the
which means
stylized,
tone could go
like
anywhere.
anime style was really, really cool. I think that's what made it so good. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to be. Because then, I mean, Persona 5 is what hit so well. The other ones are like coming back because of it, but they didn't stick out as much. And if they change that, I don't think it's going to work out. I mean, you were walking around the streets of Japan, the back alleys. I kind of like that in the Yakuza games too. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like you're living there a little bit and you're getting used to the environment.
Keep an eye on this big paid expansion. In scale, it's Iceborne territory. Call it the game's second half. It hauls hunters into the sky with floating islands and ancient ruins above the clouds. Sacred traversal gliding
Monster
between
Hunter World.
chunks of land.
I did the Monster Hunters. Like it was like maybe the portable that was ported to the Switch. I couldn't finish it. There was no story, and you're just killing. Like maybe this is more fun because the graphics are a little better, but there was no story or anything.
But patches turned it around.
This looks like it's a little bit more going on.
How can all this exist up amongst the clouds?
But it was, yeah, maybe that's got some story. It was pretty boring, the one I played on the Switch. I even forgot which one it was. But I think it was a port from one of the portables and just like upgraded graphics. So, pretty terrible.
A Korean studio is swinging at the Souls-like with one truly
Korean
bold
studio.
idea. Stamina is spent only on dodges and blocks, while you can swing as much as you like because attacks cost nothing and skills run on cooldown. On paper, that's a recipe for fast.
See, Persona 4 revival. So it's a little bit of a remake.
Early 2027, and the reason is tediously familiar. To get off the packed autumn and finish the polish.
Did he like
it
tag
also marks
these?
the series' first trip to Nintendo's new console.
Or is it just not lined up? I think his it got tagged wrong.
Arc I respect. Still, the question stands: can a mid-tier team really trade blows with the genre's benchmarks?
I kind of like the stylized, even steampunk. Like the games that are just different in their format. They're exciting. So it's Lords of Fallen. Okay. Clockwork Revolution. It actually reminds me of what's that
Picture
game?
this. You slip into the past, tweak one event, come back, and the city is different. That's the spine of this RPG from Fallout veterans.
Kind of steampunk.
A chronometer device lets
They had a couple of them. I played the second one. I'll remember it.
And the consequences sometimes catch up with you much later. The setting is steampunk with a heavy BioShock flavor.
Those games are fun, as long as they don't overdo it. Like if there's a bunch of different steampunk games out, would not be so great.
War story. Villain Lady Ironwood has spent centuries bending
It's a beautiful
time to keep
environment.
the working class poor. While you,
Yeah, I really want to get
hero
inside
out of a street gang,
Unreal
get
Engine,
guided
and
by
actually I'm gonna do a little bit with Blender, but
They wrote
I think
3/4
Unreal has a lot
million
of cool
words of
tools
dialogue.
already to tinker
The
with and
studio
get used
calls
to,
character creation
and it
the
has an
most
MCP,
expensive piece of the
so you
game.
can use AI to
Two
work with
warning
it.
bells, though. The release quietly
It's
slipped
pretty
to
exciting.
2027 with no firm date. And for InSile, this is a giant leap from isometric RPGs to a full first-person shooter. Grand ambition. Let's see the follow-through.
It reminds me of what is that game? It's gonna come to me. I'm gonna check. Let me see if I can. It's definitely on my list.
What I seek
is a great
It's a good game too.
The 18th entry in the Tactics series returns to the world of Three Houses, and that's no small thing, because an older Sothis flickered through the trailer, and the villain talks about
Dishonored.
the coming
That's
of
what it
the
was.
underworld.
But I played
So
Dishonored
we're in
too.
for a saga with time travel.
And the first one, I
plot
actually want to go
spins
back.
around the heroic
It's kind of hard
years of the
playing
Dagdan
backwards when
Empire,
they're
where the
already
winner is
beautiful.
promised a wish,
You know, you
told
got to get
through
used
four
to some
leads,
rougher games.
each with a reason to fight and a unique ability of their own. One, for instance, wipes out a whole cluster of enemies in a single attack, which barely happens.
Check on the
in
stream,
older
guys. See how you're
games.
doing. And like you know, like I said, the chat's wide open, so feel free to chime in if you guys want to see anything or ask any questions. You know, we're just getting our streams going for the first time in a long time, so it's kind of wide open as we kind of build up our format.
And that'll scare off anyone who barely has time for one RPG.
Check some settings.
Plus, it's launching into a savagely crowded week where louder releases could bury it.
All right, no, it's looking good. All right. Sorry, guys, just checking the settings for a minute, making sure it's all good. Anyway.
About the birth of the Tojo clan. But this isn't just another entry, because the story stretches across half a century and 5 eras. From industrial Kokura at the start of last century
Fire
to
Emblem.
Neon Shinjuku
Yeah,
in the
his
60s.
he definitely
The
probably
big
did like AI
revolution is the
timestamps or
combat.
off
Forget attacks, snap
subtitles.
face buttons, the hero's
So
left and right arms
they are
now
way
controlled
off.
separately, which
But
makes
it's a good
fights
video. Man, I'm looking forward to some of these titles. I might need some time to play some games. I got to do a little bit of catch up. But, you know, we'll see, man. We're doing a lot on our software side of things, so I don't know if I'll have some time, but I can always make a little bit. I'm actually going through God of War and Ragnarok right now. Finally got around to that one. Open world. Let's see what they got for that. That was a huge for, like, I think at around 2015. Open world games became a big deal.
They're gonna learn something real simple.
I don't know why it's making it small like that.
The draw here isn't the sheer size of the map, but the philosophy behind it. Swedish developer
Default was
Neon
that dude.
Giant, the team behind the
Like,
isometric
better
shooter
make it wider.
Descent, is building a narrative-driven first-person shooter under Krafton's umbrella. And they
That's
are
probably 'cause it's
consciously
in,
rejecting
Edge.
the genre's worst habit: bloated, empty open worlds. Their mantra is density over scale. The harbor city of Port Desire
okay.
isn't massive,
So like a
but it
small
is
open world.
densely packed
Yeah, I
with
heard about this
details,
one.
reactive environments, and 3,000 living NPCs. It's developed by the French studio Shiro Games. the
No,
same
that's not
team
going to do well.
behind
Every
both
time they do an
Dark
open world
Tales
space
and
game,
space
like
is a
space games are kind of
terrifyingly
always open
ambitious
world. They
new
want you
frontier
to
for them.
have a real-time
Drop into a
experience
live
flying
online
around.
galaxy.
They just
Fly
bomb
between
because you're
star
just flying
systems,
around
scan planets, build
in like
modular
open
ships that
space.
transition seamlessly
They end
from
up
the
doing
vacuum of
warps and
space
just
right into
you're just
planetary
popping where you need to
atmospheres.
be. It might as well
Build
not
an
be open
industrial
world.
corporation by automating mining and
Like that
logistics.
always fails.
Run!
No one wants to like fly around in dead space, right?
CD Projekt Red
The new
is
Witcher
prepping
is pretty
series
cool.
return as a fully fledged Witcher with a scale that is genuinely dizzying.
Like the
A
opening
record-breaking
scene on
team
Witcher
of
3,
over 500
which was
developers
weird.
is currently hammering away at it. In
I
recent
didn't want to
times,
see
could have just
Geralt
slapped a
sitting in a
2 on
tub
the box and
naked,
called it a
you know?
day. But they've taken a massive
This one looks very
pivot.
good.
The sword-wielding Eve is stepping aside for a new protagonist named Evi, and the studio is
This
guarding the
would be
connection
Stellar
between
Blade.
the
I need to
two
check out.
as their
After seeing
biggest
this
plot
preview, I'm
twist.
going to check out the first
combat
one.
is getting a complete
It looks
overhaul,
beautiful.
too. Gone is the elegant one-handed blade. In its place is
But I don't
brutal,
see ray
close
tracing.
quarters
Like
hand-to-hand
with ray
brawling.
tracing, you see a lot of
Fists
soft lighting,
dynamically shift
bouncing.
into
Everything's very
weapons,
flat,
occasionally flashing
you
a
know,
reverse grip
and
blade.
shiny. It's
The
not
setting is
real with the
also treated
lighting.
the desolate wastelands of the original for a dense,
Maybe a little bit,
claustrophobic
but
cyberpunk
nah.
city, giving heavy Chongqing vibes. This raises a major
What do
question.
you say?
The whole setup sounds significantly more linear and confined than a true open world.
Yeah, it's all very flat. When all the colors just look like a painting, really, really flat. Not a lot of light detailing. That's how you know ray tracing's off.
Disposable citizens.
And everything looks like nice and rich color. And I mean, it's beautiful, but it's just kind of lacking depth when you don't have ray tracing and shadows.
Steampunk metropolis of Avalon,
They kind of
where
fake the
elite
shadows
swap their
just
arms for
right
intricately
on top of the
carved
objects.
clockwork prosthetics. Steam trains float through the sky.
But I think they want the
and
games.
city
They
is
really want it
ruled
to
by
be more
Lady
like more
Ironwood,
people can play
a
them, right?
tyrant who literally
So
rewrites the past
this game
to
looks
keep the
cool.
working
Clockwork
class in check.
Revolution.
You play as Morgan Vanette, armed with the chronometer, a device that lets you
I don't know
dive
if that
into
one's
the
out
city's
though.
bygone eras,
All these
alter events,
27
and snap
releases,
back
so
to
they're
the
working
present
hard,
that has
man.
shifted
These are a
around
lot
your
of titles.
choices. Tonally, it sits somewhere between BioShock
Burlesque,
and Dishonored,
Bullets,
but
Butterflies. So
beats
they're
with the
already
heart
kind of Xbox
classic
marketing it.
Arcanum, a massive
right.
inspiration for the team at Inxile. Fun fact, they've written over 700,000 words of dialogue for
I mean, it
this,
looks
with the
good,
studio jokingly
but
calls their
games in
character editor
2027 and
the
still no
most
ray
expensive
tracing,
asset
like
in the game.
that doesn't look ray traced to me. I'm pretty sure they're just broadening the audience. That might be.
Flight in this game isn't just a fast
What
travel
is that?
mechanic to get from point A to B. It is the
Aeon
core of the
2?
combat system.
Aeon?
You
What
fight,
is that?
dive, and maneuver midair, making elevation a genuine tactical advantage.
So the
map has been blown up to
second
roughly
one's
30 times the
2026.
size of the original
What's
Aeon,
Aeon
which
1?
was a titan
Or is
in
that
its
just
heyday,
the
and it's
name of the
launching
game?
packed with content, from solo dungeons to 8-player
Okay,
raids.
it's just the name.
The game has already been live in the East for nearly a year. And
Oh.
here is the massive catch. That launch was
2000,
met with
that's an old
brutal
game.
backlash, sparking literal player protests over predatory monetization and massive pay-to-win imbalances.
Dude, they're not gonna get away from microtransactions, man.
The game director previously worked in locations only briefly mentioned in the movie, and yes, they are Assassin's Creed and Cyberpunk. Their ambition perfectly matches their resume.
Looks beautiful.
A colossal sandbox set in Europe during
That
the
looks
100
pretty
Years'
cool.
War.
If you're
start as a
in
nameless vagabond and grind your
standing
way
in
up
a
to a
group of a
warlord
bunch of
commanding
soldiers and you're about to
massive
do, if that
armies.
was
We're
real-time
talking up to
gameplay,
2,000
that's cool,
soldiers on a
but
single
it's going to be
map.
cinematic.
It's essentially the dream of a Mount and Blade successor that reaches the cinematic scale of Total War, featuring 3 playable
That's all
factions and
cinematic.
historically
That'd be great
recognizable
gameplay.
units.
Like, that needs to be
Cook,
live.
Min Lei, the co-creator of Counter-Strike, is on board as a technical out the co-op to make it strictly
Terminator
single-player
game.
and completely abandoning their planned
You know,
early
I never
access
played the
launch.
RoboCop game.
When a studio
Let me check that
violently
out.
jerks the steering wheel halfway
I heard it
through
was really good.
development, it's all
I don't know who
always
thought to
a
throw back
massive red
RoboCop
flag.
in a video
Factor
game,
in the
but
publisher's shaky financial situation.
Kingdom Hearts already kind of
This
looked
is
that
a
one
hard
over.
one to trust.
That's
Brilliant
pretty cool.
idea, highly questionable execution.
Hunting Simulator. Yeah, the rest of these are all right. He front loaded the video, which is fine. It's good stuff, man. That's what I'm looking for.
Vivix is a debut studio
Alright.
packed with talent that previously worked on Control, Dead Space, and
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of all of them. What was that? That one's supposed to be more open world stuff, but he just kind of covered a couple of them, and then the rest, I don't really think they were. Maybe. I mean, open world's pretty popular now. 23 new open world games. Okay, that cover, I got to see it. That cover photos got me. Let's check it out. No, don't care. Yeah, it's probably sitting at the end because they're all covering the same videos, so you can see people jumping. Look at the dips. All right, I'm gonna jump to the end and that one, like probably 2x the video.
Alchemist is an open-world RPG, but it seems to be going for a more focused setup instead of the usual
Most
huge
replayed.
stretched-out maps. You've still got
Right
big
there.
areas to move through, so it's not small
Lord,
by any
Aeon.
means. But it feels
I don't
like
know.
the game is trying to keep things tighter and more controlled.
Not sticking it out. All right. So we'll check out some Unreal stuff because I'm actually wanting to see how they're. What is that? All right, let's check that real quick. Some of these are they're getting me on the clicks. That opening.
Yo, what's up everyone? If you've been following the channel for a while, you know I regularly
they're
drop
just clips.
videos on the most anticipated upcoming games. But today is different. I put together the best of the best. All of my previous top lists combined into one massive video. So get comfortable.
All right.
Because
anyway, so let's look at some Unreal Engine stuff because I mean, I'm seeing a lot of these. Well, they have a 6 out already? It's got to be beta. Already? When did 5 come out? Let's check it out.
And finally, we had more information revealed about Unreal Engine 6. Specifically, we now know that an early access version of it is targeted for a late 2027 release, and the official release of UE6 is going to be around 2029. Also revealed is the news that Blueprints is being deprecated, and I'll explain what this means in just a moment.
I was about to learn Blueprints too. They better, I guess, if they're deprecating it, replacing it.
Video compiling all the information we knew at the time. Everything in that video was correct, so go ahead and watch it. But
they literally demoed Blueprints on how you can use it with the MCP server on Unreal Engine 5 to build environments quickly. And now they're saying it's about to be removed in Unreal Engine 6. So I'm guessing they got to replace it with something better instead of just outright removing it, because people are building stuff now, hooking in like Claude Code into Unreal Engine 5 using Blueprints. So yeah, that would pretty much suck.
But these short explanations.
I think this is why you can have multiple versions installed for reasons just like this.
That UE6 will essentially be like UE5 with the addition of new game creation frameworks that Epic believes is the future. Specifically, their own coding language called Verse, and a new way to represent world data called Scene Graph, and the option to upload your games directly to the Fortnite ecosystem.
They're creating their own like language, their own
still
tools.
Be able to launch your game like normal on Steam or consoles. Unreal Engine 6.
And by the way, Unreal Engine 5 came out, and the 5.0 was April 5th, 2022. So a lot of the releases and improvements we're seeing right now, I think it's like 5.8. So yeah,
is now in active development, and you can see the development of it live on GitHub. It's almost like a collaborative event with the community where we can see it made in real time. But the big news that surprised a lot of people and that everyone is talking about is the deprecation of Blueprints in Unreal Engine 6, which is how we currently program games in addition to C++. What this means is that when UE6 releases, Blueprints will still be supported, but in a future version of UE6, Blueprints will be removed from the engine and completely replaced with verse code. Blueprints have always been a great visual alternative to programming. Games like Expedition 33 have their game logic almost entirely run on Blueprints because it enables non-coders to quickly create game logic. Even large studios use Blueprints for scripting. A common workflow is to build the core systems, such as networking and lower level gameplay logic in C++, then expose that functionality to Blueprints so designers, artists, and other team members can quickly prototype and build high-level gameplay without needing to write code. Also, Blueprints is the connecting tissue between everything in the engine. It allows different systems like materials or particles to communicate with each other. So now if you want to do something as simple as a dynamic material changing color, that will have to be done through code, when beforehand you could have just used nodes. While I would prefer that they don't deprecate Blueprints, I actually don't mind it that much. While it does make all the resources for UE4 and UE5 outdated,
I think they're doing that because you can
matter is that
rely on
technology has to evolve.
AI now.
And with a version change between
Because
5
the
and
node
6,
base, you
there's
can't
no
do
better
that.
time to make a big change like
So
that
it's going from
than
GUI
right
back
now.
to code,
The
but their
problem that I
own
have is
simpler
that
code
there is
that probably
no
AI can
alternative
interface.
to visual scripting. That means we have to code even if you're
pretty
an
cool.
artist or designer. The original plan was to replace Blueprints with a visual version of Verse, which the community speculated would be a node system like Blueprints that converts nodes into verse code. Instead, Epic has chosen not to do this, and to make verse code the replacement to Blueprints, with the goal to make coding as accessible as possible. Getting rid of Blueprints is one thing, but not replacing it with a better visual node-based scripting would be a mistake. Coding in Verse is not beginner-friendly as a first programming language. It has a unique syntax shaped by functional programming and gameplay concepts, which introduces complex ideas very early. This is asking a lot from people just starting out. It's not a simple step-by-step language like Lua or Python, which are easier. I say this from experience.
Wow.
This is the
This
largest
came from
Unreal Engine
Fortnite
channel,
Creative. The
with
Verse
tutorials
language?
that have reached millions of viewers and have helped countless people start their Unreal Engine journey. A huge reason for this is the accessibility of Blueprints. It gives beginners a safe and
So
visual
what's,
environment.
he's
to
saying they're
learn
getting rid of
core
blueprints, but
programming
he's saying it's
concepts like
good
object-oriented design,
or the
while
accessibility.
still allow
So
them
it's
to
like,
create cool projects.
I think he's giving him
relatively
crap over it.
Introducing verse coding early on in the learning process to do simple things will hurt the onboarding process and result in more users quitting Unreal before they even get started. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a drop in users that stay with Unreal after downloading it. For Unreal's longevity and to ensure there is a vibrant community of non-technical and new users, having a visual scripting alternative is necessary. Not having one would probably be a mistake. Part of the reason why UE5 succeeded is because the tutorial environment was built off of years of blueprint resources in UE4.
Yep, that's going to
which
be
is
a
already an
problem for
incredibly
their
stable
tools, man.
system. With the release of UE6, we can expect a large influx of new users. Tutorial creators like myself are going to have to teach Verse to future-proof our videos for when blueprints are removed. This will hurt the launch and potential staying power of new users. This is speculation, but maybe Epic thinks that for non-technical artists and for designers, AI prompting, especially for very simple
You got to put the Epic game launcher just to put a business tool in. It's kind of annoying, by the way.
Verse, especially now that AI coding is
it's like we can't roll it on all of our machines.
Programming. And
everyone's going to start
AI
playing
can
Fortnite.
Do a lot of different things. There will always be edge cases that the AI cannot figure out, which will require a human to manually review and debug it. If that Unreal user doesn't understand Verse, then they're essentially stuck. As shown, AI can already create blueprint nodes, so if there is a visual verse, there could be an option for AI to generate the logic in nodes, which will be easier to modify and edit for people who haven't code. The big question that is probably on everyone's minds right now, especially if you're an Unreal developer or are looking to get into game dev, is whether or not it makes sense to learn blueprints, especially since blueprints will be removed in the future. And the answer to that is that you have to learn blueprints if you want to know Unreal Engine 5. Blueprints is connected to everything. There's no way to get around it. We should still learn Blueprint like normal because Blueprints isn't going away anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
Engine 6 is probably going to be released around 2029. And
I'm pretty sure people are still going to fight for having blueprints because it's just too powerful.
It is fully removed.
You can't get rid of that.
We can expect blueprints to be removed in about 5 years. We should only start thinking about transitioning to Verse once UE6 actually releases. To recap, I love the new AI tools. This is a great direction for Unreal.
All right, let me see how the video is, guys. YouTube's yelling at me, and make sure you guys are getting a good stream.
Tools to pick and choose what AIs we want to use for more creative flexibility. I also understand why transitioning to a new version of the engine will be a good opportunity to completely rework the fundamental architecture of the engine. The one thing I am worried about is a lack of replacement for blueprints that lets us program visually, because this will make creating an Unreal for artists, especially for new users, harder. All right, subscribe because there are a lot of new videos covering all of these new features when they're released. Also, if you want to learn how to create next generation landscapes with the new mesh terrain system, I just uploaded a video on the channel. You can go ahead and check that out. I'll see you next time. Unreal's newest update, Unreal Engine 5.8, just released, and it is a game changer.
All right,
the reason why is a next generation landscape system called Mesh Terrain and a powerful new lighting feature called Lumen Probe Occlusion. The current landscape system in Unreal has largely remained the same.
Yeah, Unreal's crazy, dude.
I'm
definitely going to tinker with it. I mean, that's pretty cool. Like, you just build environments by just clicking around like that.
We are limited to how much detail we can sculpt,
I remember back in the 90s when you had to program everything from scratch. And now you can just click around.
The kind of formations you would expect to see in nature. This is why, for most Unreal environments and games, the landscape acts more like the foundation of a level.
Really cool.
With the actual detail of the land.
All right. I don't know if y'all actually watched the new Supergirl movie. I've been hearing a lot of things about it, actually. Let's see how it held up. Actually, I'll put a video on, and then I'm going to see. Yeah. It's going to be like bad. And I'm going to see their like how they did in sales. Firings, man. Oh yeah, I saw this one. She's like, yep, shouldn't have dressed up for it. Did he actually watch it? If he went out and actually watched it, that'd be crazy.
It's not good, but it's not as bad as like the ginormous super stinkers we've seen DCU fart out in the past. I will say it is a big step back from Superman, which I enjoyed. This feels like a remnant of
Even the
old
Superman to me
superhero
felt
films where
like
it's
it just wasn't that great.
Smorgasbord
It's
at times. Some
it's not
CGI
as
with
cool
a
as what it
very
used to be.
generic standard plot and a very forgettable villain, whom I know by the time credits roll you'll forget the name of. I didn't. Krim. That's his name. I said it with confidence. Chin held high,
film
but then
held
I
an average of.
wasn't exactly sure,
Well,
so
let me
I
pause it.
double-checked. I was right.
61.2 out of 100 across major reviews, with Rotten Tomatoes at 57, audience at 77. Yeah. So Rotten Tomatoes 57% from critics, audience at 77, which I don't know if that's pretty decent. That might not be bad. And Metacritic at 50%. That's not good. The dog got positive review. Crypto the dog. So the dog did okay. You know. I don't know about the star. Described as a weirdly overcluttered mishmash of plot and design ideas. Watchable but disappearing compared to other recent films. Wow. So it's about to be like what he's going to say.
Krim of the Yellow Hills. So
like you can watch
rejoice,
it, right?
Krim
But
fan. Well,
yeah,
not a whole
see
lot
their
to rejoice
sales.
about if you do like the
Box
comic
office.
book counterpart of Krim, because in here he fucking sucks, man. I also think he has less than 20 words to say. Pretty much every time he's on screen, he's doing one of two things: eating food, like eating cereal out of a bowl, or drinking some alien titty milk, or he's doing this, hitting the blue steel. And he walks around.
It had
like
100.
Jack
Okay, hold on.
Sometimes I don't know.
It had a $170 million production budget and a $120 million marketing budget. So that's $290 million total cost. And right now, it grossed $100 million worldwide. It's not gonna get it. It's gonna be a loss, like a big loss. Disastrous decline in its second week. So on the second weekend, it dropped by 74% of viewership. So the box office was already low. I think they said 37 mil, and now it's just 9.6 mil. So they're gonna lose like $100 to $200 million. I don't know if they can even make that back up after the fact. Like, that's a wash, dude. Wow, that's crazy. Projected to stall at 100 million domestically and 200 to 210 globally, like total. Standing to lose 100 to 120 million in its theatrical run. That is bad. Analysts note that a movie of this budget size would need to earn at least 375 million to break even. So you got to have some headroom, right? Though one source close to the film says that the break-even point's closer to 300. Nah. There's always overhead. I don't believe that. There's always going to be more cost trying to push it or make it work, you know? So yeah, that's really bad. Like really bad.
He's a very lame villain. But overall, the movie's not great by any means. But
And they introduced her in the Superman film as kind of like a crappy character,
really
like a party girl.
I don't think it's
that
bad.
I was
but
like, who
it's
wants to watch a film about a party girl with a cape?
Misstep here in the new DCU launch. So anyway, this film follows.
So you already
Supergirl
saw it like
Kara
on the basically on the decline.
Still on her, crash out arc where she's drinking herself into oblivion. Yep. She prefers to stay on red sun planets. That way she's normal and can feel pain and bleed and get wasted and drunk and that kind of thing. She's a mess because she's gone through so much in her life that's made her lose faith in
Sounds
people
like a terrible plot.
Just lose the will to.
So it's like a Supergirl, but you're watching a party girl film.
Expected her to be, as well as Clark.
Might as well be like Harold and Kumar, but with
Superman
chicks, you know?
She doesn't have any interest in living up to that.
That's
she
like
just
terrible.
wants to drink and pass out, and that's it. And then Krim gets introduced after he kills a family for their swords, There was a little girl who survived the massacre, and now she's out for revenge.
Pretty much
and she happens
plot.
to run into Kara at a
I'll
bar
give
where
Nick a minute before I kick out. I was just wanting to see his thoughts on it,
her
and he pretty much said it sucks. So that's
that's
solid content.
Girl, but then Krim steals her ship and
I mean, I don't know if I would want to review that. Like, lore, and apparently the lore of this film was just way off compared to the comics, and the comics actually looked good. So let's see, like, girl based on comics. Let's check it out. See if we can get some images, because apparently it was like really good comics. Mostly faithful. That's propaganda. Well, that's 2025. It's not a. People were showing what the comics look like, and they actually looked good. And then, like, that automatically looks like better cover art right there. And I don't know what this person, like, just the outfit, everything. It's terrible. Yeah, see, that's pretty cool. I remember that from the 90s, I think. And they actually did the animation to match. And the Superman cartoon in the 90s, I remember her being there, and it was actually a good character. What is this, you know? Plus, isn't she like a British chick? Superman and Supergirl, they're like all American, you know, that was the whole big thing behind it. It's not even like true to the writings or why they even introduced the character, you know? Absolutely terrible. This is like a default searches on YouTube, and I'm seeing this stuff. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. She's getting reamed on the reviews. Yeah, it's a box office disaster. Well, I mean, that's a little bit of an update on that. And I'm going to just look at the standings on, let's see. I think Google has it. Let's see what we got. It hasn't been a good couple days for the West here. Look at that bracket view. So, kind of rough. So Belgium's moving on. Spain beat Portugal. Belgium beat US. Spain beat Portugal. Morocco beat Canada. And France beat Paraguay. So, yeah. Yep. Interesting. So we'll see semifinals. Let's look over on this side. Norway beat Brazil. Okay, England's moving on. Let's see. Let me check this real quick. Okay. Yeah. Norway beat Brazil. England beat Mexico. That was actually a close game. Both of those. And then we're still waiting on Argentina and Egypt. And, well, man, you know, I'm going to go for Egypt. But I think Argentina is going to get it. And Switzerland, Colombia. All right, man. It's pretty cool. And then after that, one more bracket and semifinals. So when does it run? Till the 19th. So we got about 12 more days. It's going to be pretty cool. All right. Let's see. I don't know what time it is for you guys, and I've got people popping in and out. But actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check see how the stream looks on our channel, because this is our second kind of test on this, and we're actually trying to build up our streams and our videos and everything. So I'm going to see how how we're holding up out here. Let's see. What? Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I've been looking at a lot of stuff. More AI.
Fable 5 finally got unbanned. So in this video, we're going to be making 3
Unbanned.
different games. We
That's
have
hilarious.
Rocket League, Spider-Man, and my personal favorite Xbox 360 game, Skate 3. Also, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that
Let's check it
subscribe
out.
button, we're on a road to 10K. Okay, we're inside of Claude Code, and we have on Fable 5, and then I'm going to pump this baby all the way up to Ultra Code, and I'm just going to say make Rocket.
So sorry guys, I'm gonna do a little bit of back and forth. I'm always like checking the stream, making sure it looks good for you guys,
Don't
and
know what Higgsfield is? It's basically an AI image generator that I used.
working it all out. But
I still have credits, so I'm just making it use that. So I'm gonna hit send, and then I will come back whenever this finishes.
all right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Rocket
It's
League
holding up.
finally finished.
So
if I just copy this, we have Rocket League soccer built from scratch, and it gave us 3
I don't know what he's
different
trying to do.
Doesn't look that bad. Oh, I should have gone for kickoff. It's actually pretty
Oh,
good.
did it generate?
All looks decent.
So you can
Our
generate
team
kind of
size.
games on it,
For the
but it'll
first
do an
game, we're just
H.
gonna stick to a
They're
regular
going to be HTML games.
Oh my god.
That's not bad
This
if you
doesn't look that
generated that
bad.
in
Oh, I
Fable.
should've gone for kickoff. It's
But it
actually
probably
pretty
took
good.
like
The
a
ball
day,
looks decent. Our
right?
little models are kind of silly.
Which is, I guess, pretty
Too many
crazy.
Texans feel like
But you
they're
can't
dumb.
actually make like a real game on like a PlayStation or a Windows game or something like that. That's the misconception a lot of people have. This Mecha Chameleon game, though, they sold, I think last time I checked, it was 10 million copies. And I think it was like $8 or $4 or $8. It was, no, $6, $7, something like that. They made like $40 million. They worked on the game for 2 months. And then like 10 days or something like that, they made $40 million. This game is insane, dude. And it's just purely a Steam game. Nothing crazy. Absolutely insane. Like I don't know, man. This might be one of those games that's just going to stick around forever now. It's like a game you could just pop out and play. Like, what's the other one? Imposter? How's that one still holding up? Games like that just tend to last, you know, because they're online. Check out how that one's holding up. I'll use Fable to do like an extended question Among Us. That's what it was. I was trying to remember the name. Let's see if it's died off. Switch this off. I got tied up looking for it because Among Us is a hit for a while, and apparently that was a 2020. That's crazy. PC, mobile, Nintendo Switch. Has it really been that long? Well, about to find out. Definitely hasn't died, so it's somewhere in between. So it had around 20 million average monthly active players across all platforms in early 2025. That's really good. Down from a peak of roughly 500 million during November 2020. So it lost the majority of its peak audience, but 20 to 30 million monthly players is still genuinely large. Most titles have never come close to that. That's insane, dude. Steam shows the steepest decline since PC is just the smallest amount of their player base. It's all right. It's not bad. Annual revenue dropped from 86 mil in 2021 to 1.5 mil in 2025. Yeah, they fell off. largely because it's mobile and free, and the viral cosmetic buying frenzy have. So, yeah, they have to like have a follow-up. But I mean, still, they made $86 million in 2021. And that's like cumulative over the years. They probably made about $100 million. That's insane. Among Us. Like this is another Among Us, basically. The Mecha Chameleon. It's just the next Among Us. But these games don't really have like longevity to them. Because you're not building characters. You're not doing anything like that, right? What? Full body waifus with Claude Fable? What is this news like? No, that's crazy, dude. And I've seen some of that, and it's scary. Absolutely scary. Kind of staying away from that. World's most important machine. Oh, I'm not going to touch it. I know he's going to have a long video and a lot of copyright. So some of this cool stuff actually has been just the gaming lately. Yeah, Adobe. They are out. Been overcharging people. I'll actually check that out for a little bit.
Adobe products used to feel like a safe pair of hands that always worked. You'd really struggle to complain.
Kind of pissed me off there.
But now
like
they're
a
just
lot
something
of
else entirely, and everyone's sick
products
of it.
do really well in the
software you used to
beginning. They
buy
just keep
once and
raising the
own
price
forever,
and
you
not
now
really
rent
giving you
by
more
month
value.
at a price that climbs
And then they
every
just
year.
end up
We lost the tools we could trust,
failing, dude.
and
Everyone just
in
jumps ship
exchange,
once
we
something
got
else comes
rising
on
subscriptions,
along, right?
mandatory AI nobody asked for, and a fee for the privilege of leaving. But Adobe is finally
Oh, they
getting
had an
what they
exit fee?
deserve. Caught in a death spiral where all of their greed and cynical
Yeah,
corporate
that's pretty
strategy
greedy.
are catching up with them. And even then, they're slashed magnificently by around 65% from
Wow.
their peak, which goes against the
see.
entire tech market boom right
Yeah,
now.
they went
Even with
trend.
record profits, the market hates
Tech
them.
has been
Well,
growing,
this
so
is because
Adobe
there's something much strange
is
going on with the
working down.
company
Let's see,
that
that's one
redefined
day,
creativity for a generation. It's all
5
just the
days.
end
It's not
point of the
bad.
process they've been
1 month. I don't
orchestrating
know, man.
deliberately for years. You see, Adobe used to be one of those
5
companies
year.
whose products had everyone
I
creating
mean, it's not
tutorials on how
great,
to
but
do
it's
cool
not
things
bad.
in Photoshop,
I mean,
Illustrator, or After
what is it?
Effects.
Where's this?
But
It
now,
peaked.
you'll just find hundreds of
COVID
tutorials
kind of
on
went
how to
down. That
cancel
it's
those
not terrible
subscriptions. It
yet,
looks easy, but it isn't.
but it's like
That's why
trending
these
down
videos exist.
because everything
Here's how
else
the
in tech
trend
has been
works.
trending
When
up.
you signed
But if you
up,
look,
Adobe
boom.
steered you
Oh,
towards
they're
a
going
plan
right back
called
down.
Annual Paid
Actually, that's
Monthly.
pretty
It
bad.
was pre-selected for you, and it looks like a simple month-to-month
In
deal.
tech, that's
Except
like
it
a bad
wasn't.
trend.
What you'd agreed to was a year-long contract, and if you tried
Yep.
to leave before that year was up, Adobe charged
You get an
an
exit
early
fee. I cancel all my
termination
Adobe
fee
stuff.
worth
I hated
half
it.
of everything you had left to pay on a basic plan that was a surprise bill of hundreds of dollars just for the crime of wanting to stop.
They were just
And the
locking
best
you in a
part,
contract
that
instead
fee
of
was
giving you
hidden in
actual
fine print,
value,
tucked
right?
behind tiny
Like
icons
product
you
value.
had to hover over to even know it existed. Then there was the cancellation itself. You didn't just click a button. You got
Yeah, that was
funneled
hard.
through page after page of menus, discounts, and prompts.
And there
Every
was no
step
AI
meant
at
to
the
wear you
time.
down until you
So you were
just gave up
Googling
and
just
kept
trying to
on
find where the
paying.
cancel button
kind
was.
of thing the industry politely calls a dark pattern, meaning a user
Mhm.
interface designed to trick you into doing things. If you look on those
Terrible.
how to cancel Adobe tutorials, you'll find thousands of comments from those who aren't able to, maybe because of an error or a missing button. It got so horrendous that in 2024, the government sued Adobe. The Department of Justice and
Yeah, I
the
hated
FTC accused them of trapping customers with hidden fees and a deliberately painful cancellation process. And they named
I think
2
I tried to
executives
cancel a few times with them before.
So Adobe
Eventually, I
finally
found a
paid
way.
up
I think I had to call
$150
them.
million settlement.
Like it was
All while
really,
denying
really
the
hidden
wrong
in
did.
there.
But the
You
other
know?
story is that users had something to cancel in the first place, and why? Until this, Adobe had honored one simple.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us again, guys. You know, we'll try to get more of a format and some talking points over time. We're just getting organized, but yeah, I might do 1 or 2 more videos before I kick out. Man, I didn't know he was at the game. IRL stream of Portugal versus Spain. I don't know if he was able to actually show it, but usually you can't because they make money off of televising it, so you can't show the game.
Here is native resolution, the trademark, where every pixel is rendered.
But I know
you can
ISO
see the
speed's been
sharpness,
covering
you
the
can see
games.
the detail. Yeah, there are some flaws every now and then. There's a little bit of smearing, but obviously it's native resolution. It's as
DLSS.
good as you can get. About that. You guys know I'm kind of a goofy guy. Like, I'm not just going to give it to you straight here. This was actually 720p upscaled to 4K. And now here is native 4K resolution next to it. Dang. And we usually do think of it as 33% resolution scale because that's what all the companies tell us it is. But if you actually think about it, 720p is only 33% per axis.
That's way
If you
lower, yeah.
actually count the pixels,
720
this is only
super
about
low.
11% of the pixels of 4K. And you're
4K,
getting an
yeah.
image that looks like this. It is somehow a toss-up which one looks better because the native one has more detail, but then the upscaled one does surprisingly better.
But it's
in
fake
ghosted.
detail. If you have
So get
real
less
time,
smeary image. You guys caught me. You caught me. It's DLSS doing this. Call me an NVIDIA shill or whatever, but seriously, like they have
Yeah.
something extremely cool here. But it starts to bring up the
I
question
mean, it
for me,
works
and
for
this
like the
has been building
Switch, and for
years.
lower powered systems, you can
Actually looks
DLSS it.
bad. And DLSS is bad at quarter of the resolution of your
What are
output.
these games?
So
Where's
that's
he
why
getting
the
these
game
clips
has like
from?
these noise problems. That's why
Beautiful,
it doesn't
man.
look that stable, and it looks kind of grainy a lot of the time because the lighting system needs so much performance that they're rendering it at a quarter of the resolution necessary.
Yeah.
Games like Cyberpunk,
You need a
can
lot
even
of
see, like,
power
the
to
foliage in
actually-
the game
for the
is
new lighting.
clearly very unstable, and that's because the foliage is actually a really low resolution, and they're using
Yeah.
things of that to get more
That's like
information
big for the
in order to
Switch.
scale it
Anyway,
down. It'd be very,
you
very
man, it's
costly,
crazy
very
that YouTube
inefficient.
shows
You
the
scale it
videos.
down, you're able to kind of analyze that
times.
image and make a better image for the lower resolution version. So it always confused me as like, well,
All right, guys. Well, I think that's pretty much it for now. We're probably going to call it. Feel free to tell us anything in the chat or in the comments after the fact on what you would like to see on these streams or what can make it more interesting. We could do podcast styles, but I'm just kind of getting a feel for the audience and introducing ourselves. This is the second live stream we've actually tried on YouTube. And so, getting more comfortable with it. And I think as we do more content, we'll have a little bit more of a format. We are actually still building a lot of things in-house, so it takes time to get away and do an occasional stream. I do this more towards the evenings just to kind of accommodate a little bit of the audience on the other side of the globe. So, yeah, feel free to join us anytime. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the next one.